With Lululemon, the real gift happens when your holiday checklist is complete. When you give them the softest loungewear set, you both get more moments like this. And this. And this. This holiday, Lululemon makes it easy to find last-minute gifts that bring presents. Open the moment. Shop now at Lululemon.com.
This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in places that could expose you to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, their US-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
What is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of The Sarah B. Show. Yeah. My throat and my chest are burning right now because I just took a sip of whiskey. I'm sipping on, a good bourbon called Old Emmer. I went to the liquor store the other night after a family dinner. No correlation, promise. But I was like, I haven't had a good sipping bourbon in quite a while, so I'm going to go get something. And my normal go-to lately, there goes my flask. My normal go-to, not lately, but just in general over the past few years, like I really, really love a good sipping bourbon. And my favorite that I found is Four Roses. Specifically the single barrel small batch is so good. It runs like, I think 50 a bottle or something, but God, it's just so smooth, but it also gives you that nice burn. A lot of people don't like that. They like to add like some water and make it sweet or add, ice. I don't. I like that deep, like thick, like burn. I love the burn that goes down. I like my stomach and my chest to burn. Like I like to feel it. You know what I mean? Like to me, that's a good bourbon. But I love bourbon and I love how everybody likes their own style and taste. And I just think it's really cool. So anyway, that's my favorite. But this new one, I went and this guy recommended about the same price. And he let me taste it. It was really good. And he even said the same thing. He was like, pour a glass. He's like, no ice, but add about 2 ounces of water. And he's like, it makes it really smooth and sweet and so like buttery. And he's right. I tried that, but it waters it down so much that it makes it really, really sweet and light. And then trying it straight, it like burns. And I'm like, this is my jam. I just like it the way it is. But it's really cool how you add a little bit of water or a little bit of ice and it really changes the entire like format of it. Like, I learned this first when I went to Ireland by myself, and I went to the Tullamore distillery, which is pretty cool. Fun fact, Tullamore is actually like the name of the city or whatever in Ireland, and that's also the distillery. So I think it's like the only one like that there, they said, or something. So the Tullamore distillery is actually in Tullamore, and it's really, really cool. So they bring out like, their basic, Tullamore, and then like their 5, 10, 15, like big, long-aged cask ones, and you try them regular, and then you have like a little pipette, and you drop like 1 to 3 drops of water in, and you try it each time, and just like the differentiation of taste is so crazy. Anyway, that was a weird tangent to get on like immediately in the start of the podcast. Anyway, cheers everyone. It is Monday. Happy Monday. Oh my God, what a like crazy life I have been leading the past few weeks. Basically, this has just turned into my personal journal and diary, I feel like. I want to first give a shout out to all the new listeners. I've made so many friends, you guys, in the last few weeks, which is so awesome. And I have so many people that have started listening to this. And it's really funny because I have people that are like, oh, I listened to 1 episode and I've listened to 2 and 3 now. And I'm like, oh God, like now I'm like, what have I said on there? Like, what are you learning about me? Like, should I be embarrassed or concerned? Or because I literally share like every personal detail on here. So I'm making all these new friends who are finding out like my deepest, darkest secrets. And now I'm like, oh God, I feel embarrassed. Like, it's kind of crazy. So a shout out to everybody new that is listening. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. If you want to stop hanging out after you hear these episodes, totally understand, but it's been nice knowing you. It's been fun. It's been real. I'm kidding. But I'm going to go over a few things today. Let's see. I was going to have a guest in studio tonight. Something I've been kind of wanting to do, and I need to change like I got a Bumble, which by the way is so much better than Tinder in like every way possible. And I just have like a random profile. I kind of just like made it to see how it worked. But I really want to change my profile because I really want to start doing like first dates or like first meetups on the air, like a podcast. And the way I would love to do it is like, okay, I could tell the guy, like, listen, if you want this to be totally anonymous, we can make you a nickname. We don't have to say anything about where you work, what you do. We can just basically talk about you and like how your life has been on dating apps, and, you know, we can have fun with it. Or if you're somebody that like has a business or has a product they're trying to sell or wants just to be famous or put their social media out there, like whatever, like we can totally do that. We can push everything and just like basically have like our first date, our first meetup on the air and talk about you, talk about your business, like talk about how the apps have been going, and then even like embarrass myself. And I don't want to give everything away, but like ask some pretty crazy, like nitty gritty questions. I think would be really fun. I also think that, you know, I could be like, you know, what's your favorite beer? What's your favorite liquor? And I could bring that and make them drinks while we're doing it because it would loosen us up a little. And, you know, they'd get something out of it and I would too, which is content. And also, hopefully they wouldn't murder me because, you know, I'm in a building here, a big studio, and there's security here 24/7. So, you know, all positives there. So I really want to do that. I need to change my Bumble profile to that. Like, I have a podcast. Let's do this. You know, DM me for more details. I think that'd be really fun. But that being said, there's a guy I've been talking to very little, like just for like a week now, maybe just like back and forth, funny banter. And I don't want to say what he does, but I basically like tried to get him to come in here tonight and he would not do it. And I don't know if it's because he's like really scared, like he doesn't want his details out there, or, you know, not everybody likes this kind of like spotlight or wants to be heard or on the radio. And a lot of people are like scared or intimidated or like freaked out by it. You know what I mean? So it's totally understandable, but I almost had one tonight. I feel like it's like fishing. I had one on the hook. I could have brought him in. Maybe soon. He did say he wanted to do one soon. But I don't know. It'd just be fun to like start bringing in people I meet, bringing app people. I need to have more people on here. And I've just met like so many, like I said before, new friends the past 2 weeks. I have like really great stories, really great chemistry. And it'd be fun. I mean, I could bring in salsa dancing people, improv people. We could talk about our journey on all of this stuff so far. It'd be interesting. So these are ideas that are spinning. The wheels are turning. It is happening. It's happening, y'all. But also what I wanted to talk about is just experiencing burnout. Have you guys dealt with this? Because it's so funny. I feel like I'm like bipolar sometimes, I feel like. Because, you know, I went through my heartbreak. I told you guys all about it. And it was like months of like excruciating, just like sadness and loneliness and depression and the gym and building myself back up and self-love and care and therapy and just like making all these hard decisions. And then it was a process. It was a journey, right? And then I freaking went on my cruise and lived a freaking like lifetime in 1 week and 8 days. And then I got sick as hell. And then I was like at home for 2 or 3 weeks doing nothing but being on antibiotics. And I felt so lonely and like I'm like ready to start my life now and I can't do anything. And then, oh my God, y'all, when those antibiotics were done, I hit the ground running. The last like month has been just the most insane time of my life. I swear to God, it's like all the like fun party crazy moments that I've missed in the last 5 years have been like jam packed into the last month, and it's been amazing. I will say, if you guys saw my calendar, because I have one of those magnetic calendars on my fridge, I write my plans on every night. It's like every single box, every square, every day is something. It's crazy. Therapy has gone to like once a month, not every week, and then the fun and shenanigans have been constant. And it's just been kind of exhausting, though, because it's like I'll meet people. I have people ask me to hang out. I'm like, I can't this week, but maybe next week. But then the next week fills up like crazy fast. And I'm thankful for it. I am. But it's also like, I feel like I quote this movie way too much, Practical Magic. But I think it's like, what's her name? What is it? Nicole Kidman says something about falling. I think she like equates it to falling in love. She says, you know, you just, you know how you like spinning in circles and it feels good and it's so fun and you're laughing, but sometimes you spin too fast and too much and then you just spin out of control. You lose sight of everyone and everything that's around you, and you spin so much you just lose control or something. And that's how I feel lately with everything that's going on. I feel like I really, really need to work on balance is a big thing for me. Because before, again, I was so sad. I was so depressed. I was like, I need friends. I need hobby. I need fun. I need to get there and like live my life out there. And then now it's been like bam, 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 bam. And I'm like, oh my God, like I miss some chill time. I really do. So now I'm kind of like, it's like all or nothing with me. I really need to find a way to get that balance. I hope this makes sense coming back. I absolutely just took a shot, and then I was like, where was I again? I think I just said something about like needing to practice balance. So we're going to go with that. But basically, you know, it all started with also my therapist asking me, like, what do you love? What do you like to do? You need more hobbies. Start doing what you want to do again. And I told you guys, like, that like made me cry because I was like, I don't even know what I like anymore, because seriously, my relationship was putting 5 years into somebody that put nothing back into me. It was all about him. And I just totally lost sight of me and myself and my career and my goals and my dreams and my visions and everything. I lost myself completely. So I just didn't know what I wanted anymore. And she's like, you know, just try everything. If you try something you don't like, you never have to do it again. I'm like, that's such a good point. But the problem with me is I've tried everything and I love it all. I love all of it. So now I have like all these new hobbies and all this new stuff to do. And it's just like, it's overwhelming, honestly. I got my planner out that I bought and never used, and I've started trying to plan some more stuff. You know, my first thing I started doing, I think, was like improv is what the ad-libbing, the improving, the musical improv classes, all that stuff. It's been really fun. I got asked to join an improv troupe. I had a great time with it. And then I joined salsa dancing lessons. And then that was just like the most epic, amazing thing ever to me. Because again, this is something, I love dancing. I was raised dancing. Like my mom put me in dance classes when I was like 4 years old or something. Like I was so young. So I was raised doing like modern, ballet, tap, jazz, like everything. And then I did it all through middle school and drill team and cheerleading. And then high school, I was on drill team and did competitive dance, you know, and then I even took Latin dancing like 15 years ago or something. So now that I'm back in it, like I'm living. I'm so living. And I'm really good at Latin dance. I really love doing it, especially bachata is like my favorite. Obviously, merengue, cumbia is super easy, or, you know, easier than others and really fun. But salsa is one that I always wanted to master. To me, it's a lot harder because you just kind of have to know what you're doing. It's important mostly to have a good lead. You know, the guy always makes you look good. But I always envisioned like I wanted to go to a salsa club or, you know, any Latin club. And if a salsa song came out, I'd be able to go out there and actually dance to it, like no qualms. And so that's kind of what I wanted to learn. And I've been going to class for a few weeks now, and I feel like I'm already there. Like even going out and social dancing from my first class to where I am now is just like night and day difference. And I just had the best time. I've met some really cool ass people, like great people. And it's just been so much fun. And I'm just so much more confident out there now than I was from that very first class, which is awesome. So I think now I'm going to just go out and start doing a lot more social dancing. And yeah, it's just exciting. But when I started going there, literally, like I lost sight of everything else. So, you know, I would go to Sunday class and then all week would go by and I'd be counting the days to Friday. You know, it's because an hour and a half class of half salsa, half bachata. And then we go out dancing all night after. And I just lived for that. You know, I didn't get into like 3 a.m. and it would like ruin my whole weekend schedule because I was exhausted and, you know, from dancing all night, literally. But I lived for that. And then I would just be so sad to not go out dancing after the class on Sunday. And then every day I'm just counting down. Can't wait for Friday. Let's go dancing. I could listen to that music and dance to it every single night and never get bored of it. So I've just had the time of my life. But I'm trying to reel it in a little more and not make it all about that and, you know, get back into the improv again because I kind of put that on the back burner. I have so much like video content and ideas that I want to do. You know, I'm starting to work with Go Cleanse more and I'm fixing to start doing another cleanse, which I'll totally tell you guys about as well. There's just so much. There's just so much. Life is crazy right now. So, you know, I hung out with a friend on Saturday night. I had brunch Saturday morning. I was still so drunk from the night before. I was also dancing all night. Like, it's just been crazy. And so Saturday night, I was just, like, zonked. And, you know, we were supposed to go dancing at Gloria's. And I was like, I'm just so exhausted. I really am. So I finally, for a second, took a beat and was like, I need to take care of myself tonight. So I did something that I would have done months ago and it actually felt so good. We had a few drinks, and then we left around probably like 11 or 11:30. And I went to Taco Bell and I got food and I went home and I got high and I ate Taco Bell and I watched like 5 or 6 episodes of Sex and the City in my pajamas on the couch and then had like the greatest night's sleep ever. And I was like, God, I just needed that. And then Sunday, I finally took a second to like reset because even my apartment has been like suffering. There's clothes and crap and stuff everywhere. Like it just looks awful. So Sunday, I cleaned the absolute crap out of everything. I did my laundry. I changed the sheets. I vacuumed. I Swiffered. I cleaned up the kitchen. I meal prepped. Like that place looks spotless and immaculate. And it is just like a breath of fresh air now. And I got my salad. I chilled out. I went to bed early. Like it was a perfect Sunday. So just having those couple of days to kind of reset, like, made me feel a lot better. But that's something I need to work on a lot now. Like, I have so many exciting things going on in my life now. I have so many new people that are exciting and great that I've met. I have no excuses now. Now I have it. I have exactly what I was looking for, and I'm super happy. And yeah, now I just got to kind of balance it out. And, the weird thing, too, is I've met some guys the last few weeks that I really, really like and have had, like, crushes on. And it's crazy because it's like life throws these things at you, right? Like, the last thing I want right now is a relationship. Absolutely not. Like, I do not want any part of that. But I've met guys in the past few weeks that I literally, like, feel like I could date. You know what I mean? Like, they were definitely dating material. But I'm like, not yet, not yet. I need this party time. Like, I need this me time. Like, I need to just chill. So that's what we're working on. And as far as me time and travel goes, my birthday is coming up, and I was going to try to go to Puerto Rico for my birthday weekend. And then when I started looking at it, like, the flights there are so long. And, like, if I actually did that, I'd have to fly there. I'd get there in, like, the evening, and then I would have, like, one evening and a day and then fly back the next day. It wouldn't even be worth it, right? So I have time off in August. Like, I have, like, 2 weeks almost, I think, in August. And that's when I was going to try to go to Italy. And I get sad because every year I want to go to Italy, and every year I make excuses as to why I should not go to Italy. And I feel like I'm doing it again. And the thing is like, I don't really want to go to, like, the heavy touristy areas. But if you don't go to those places, you need to know at least some basic Italian, which I do, but not as much as I used to. And just, like, the idea of going there alone and, like, trying to figure out, like, the public transit system, which we don't even have one in Texas. So trying to figure out one in general is hard enough for me, but trying to do it in a different language that I don't really know would be even more stressful. And it just sounds like a lot. And then I'm like, how much fun would I really have going there to, like, I mean, and obviously, don't get me wrong, I love eating and I love wine, but it'd be like some beaches, but not like beaches here, and then also just like eating and drinking constantly, and museums and art and history. And that's not really my thing. So I'm now leaning towards going to Puerto Rico for a week or a week and a half in August by myself. And, I've been there before, but never like overnights. It was for cruise ship life. And my thing there is like, okay, I could stay at a resort and feel like good and safe. I'd have swim up bars and pools for when I wanted like the touristy, experience with other people that are there on vacation. But there's also a million nice beaches. There's also some amazing bars and restaurants and the nightlife. And I could literally go out salsa and bachata dancing every night with like actual locals and real dancing. And that would be like a dream to me. So I'm very much leaning towards doing Puerto Rico in August by myself. And that kind of sounds freaking awesome. So we will see. I will keep you guys updated with that. And the last little thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. If you guys listen to this, you probably follow me, so you already know this has happened. And you've been like, bitch, we've been waiting for you to talk about this. But basically, I told you guys before about El Teco, or John, my ex, and his ex. And I told you I saw that she started looking at my stories, and I did a shout out to her on one of my episodes, like, hey girl, I'm so sorry for anything I said about you, anything I believed, all the lies that were told, any way I made you feel. Like, I'm so sorry. If you'd ever like to get a coffee, let's meet up and we'll do it. Like, and we can talk, I put it out there like that. Now, I never said any of this since it happened because I didn't know if she wanted it out there, but I will say we met. And her quote exactly was, you can talk about any of this on your podcast. So here we go. Basically, when I was on my cruise, I was like on Instagram. I was on Instagram and I was scrolling, and I remember specifically I was sitting there watching the Latin band with the hot Dominican playing, the Dominican turtle, if you will. And I was looking through my pictures or comments or whatever, and I saw a comment, and it was John's ex. And she said, hey, message me. And I was like, oh, snap. So... And this is after, like, it kind of seemed like she disappeared, hadn't been looking at my stuff again. I didn't know what was going on. So I looked at her messages, and the crazy thing is she had actually messaged me back at the beginning of March. And this is when I was still living with John. And this is before I moved out or anything, like, and that was so long ago. And I was so devastated that I had not seen this message before. So I looked back, and she had sent me a message, like I said, at the beginning of March, and it says, hey, I heard your breakup podcast, and it was like a fucking blast from the past. This breakup will be the best thing that ever happened to you. Congratulations. And then she had also laughed at another meme I had posted early March, said, fellas be pushing 40 and still treating females bad. Grow up, you're about to die, which I thought was very funny, and she laughed at that. So this is crazy. So she sent me that message in March. I finally responded to her. I almost responded to her on the cruise, and I was like, you know what? I'm so excited about this, but I'm not going to like think about the ex or anything to do with him this whole cruise. I will deal with this when I get back. So I put my phone away. That was that. So I finally messaged her back May 30th. Like literally, what is that, like March, April, May? Like that's like 3 months later or something. Or 2 months. I don't know. No, 3 months. Anyway, what does it matter? Anyway, I finally messaged her back and she was like, yeah, I heard your other podcast too. She's like, I'm totally down for coffee or a drink. Let me know. Long story short, we exchanged numbers and made plans to meet up, and we met up last week. And I just say, like, I was really nervous because, like, obviously I've never done anything like this. And like I told you guys, the cruise really made me, like, was the final straw to get over John. Like, final straw. Like, I, had gone through all the motions. I'd gone through all the therapy, the healing process. Like, and even before the cruise, I was still feeling sad. But when I went on that trip, like, it was like it ripped off every Band-Aid. I don't know if it was just, like, getting out and seeing my value. I don't know if it was just getting out and living my life and getting away from this area. I don't know if it was getting hit on by several men and women, or hooking up with men and women, or like, I don't know what it was, but whatever it was, it helped. It was like a godsend. It was amazing. So, I get back and we make these plans to meet up, and I was a little nervous because I'm over it now, but I put the call out. I wanted to meet up. I'm going to stick with it. Who knows what could happen? I just was a little worried, like, what if this reopens old wounds or something, or I find out that he had been cheating, or who knows? Like, there was these, like, all these potentials there like that. Right. So I was a little nervous, but, and also just in general, meeting an ex's ex, like, that's like crazy. Who does that? Like, we were both so nervous, but I have to say, like, it was instant fun. Like, she was so great. We hit it off instantly. And that was my thing too. I was like, okay, we're going to be having margaritas. So tequila's involved. And two, there's going to be an endless amount of conversation to be had. Like, we have an endless amount of content to talk about. So it's kind of crazy. I won't go into like every single detail, but there was definitely stuff I found out that, like, he blatantly lied about. There's stuff I found out that he told me and told her completely different. There's bad stuff I found out about that was like 100 times worse than he'd ever even said. Just so much crazy stuff. And just to give you guys a little bit of a excerpt from it, I guess, like, he told me that this girl was, I don't want to say her name, that's why I'm saying this girl, not meaning to be disrespectful, love, if you're listening. I don't want to give your name away, because you guys are creepy, by the way, some listeners out there. Like, some of y'all commented on my post, like, saying her name and her husband's name, and I even, like, sent her the message saying, like, do you know these people? And she's like, not at all. So, like, stop looking at people's personal information. I get it. You guys are, like, internet freaking FBI. It's awesome. I'm the same way, but let's leave that information let's let it rest. Okay. So there you go. But anyway, I don't want to say her name just for that sake. But she was great. She was so great. She was so fun and funny. And he told me that he started dating her, and they dated 2 years, and that she broke up with him. And he told me she was a couple years younger than him. Well, that was a total lie. First of all, they were together way longer than he had said. Second of all, he got with her when he was like 30 or fixing to be 30, and she was only 21. She was a baby. And he did all the same mind games and head games and manipulation with her, which is so effing sad. Like, it kills me. It really breaks my heart for her. Like, I hate it. And another crazy thing is he told me that there's one girl he was with that he was like in love with, and more than anyone. And he told me he cheated on her because they were perfect, but she would never put out, not like the way he wanted. So he said he cheated on her one time with his ex, and he felt so bad about it that he never did it again. He could never cheat again because as bad as he felt, it like ruined him. Well, that was the biggest lie ever, because not only did he cheat on her with his ex, he also cheated on her with this ex that I met for like, I think she said like 6 months to a year, the last of their relationship. They were cheating constantly. She had no idea that he was also with this other ex, the only one he told me about. So not only did he not cheat once, he cheated several times. And not only did he not cheat with one girl, he cheated with several girls, at least 2. Like, what? That is so crazy. And she even said, she said I could say all of this, so she said she felt so bad and so stupid because she was cheating with him, and then he was fixing to move in with the girl he was actually with, and she broke up with him. I don't know why. She said she just wasn't ready. She didn't give a reason. I almost wonder if she knew that he was cheating. I don't know. But either way, he was sad and devastated, like worked out too hard, so he had to go to the hospital. And the ex that I met with, she felt so bad for him. So not only was she with him when he was cheating on her, then she was there with him to help him through his heartbreak. Then he moved in with his parents, and she moved in with them too. And then she said the same thing. They moved out together, and she's like, I literally made no profit when I was with him. She's like, I went into debt. I lost money. Like, I paid for everything. He never took her on dates. He always just said he didn't want to get married. Like, same bullshit. Like, just absolutely insane and nuts. And like I've told you guys before, the lies he told me that made no sense at all. Like, there's lies, and then there's lies just to lie that make zero sense. Like, it makes no sense. Just that didn't even matter or get anybody in trouble or not. It was almost like he would just lie to lie just to see if he could get away with it. Like, maybe he got off on it. I don't know. But apparently he did the same thing to her. Like, he told her that he was raised at a very strict religion, and she was like, Catholic? And he was like, yeah. Which it was a lie. He was raised Jehovah's Witness, like we all know. But he told her he was Catholic, and she found out the truth later and was like, why would he lie about that? He also told her, this is a funny one, because he's obviously Mexican and his family is too. He told her that his mom was Spanish, that she was from Spain, and that's why she's lighter colored. So they were all out to dinner together, and his ex was like, oh, so you're from Spain, you're Spanish. And his mom was like, no. And she said she looked at her like this stupid white girl.
Streaming now on Peacock. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie are back
That's hot. Loves it.
for a show-stopping reunion that will prove putting on an opera is anything but simple.
We're really good at this.
One thing's for sure, they won't be upstaged.
Good to have you back. Come on, we've got a show to do.
Paris and Nicole, The Encore, a 3-part reunion special. Streaming now, only on Peacock.
It's the holidays, and your bags are packed. The cat sitter? Scheduled. What about the gifts? Sephora's got you covered with free same-day delivery. Get the best beauty gifts from brands like Rare Beauty, K18, Valentino, Glossier, and anything else in store, delivered right to your door. Same day, and no minimum spend required. They'll never know you forgot.
Who says I forgot?
Exactly. Offer ends December 24th. Exclusions and terms apply. For beauty insiders only. One-time use available in most markets.
Which is hilarious. But like, why would you lie about that? Why would you say that? That's just like a serial liar. That's like a psychopath tendency. It's crazy. So basically that's how the night went. We just caught him in lie after lie after lie. There was just so much awful stuff we found out. You know, she told me he would always message like Instagram models and say things when they were together, say things like, man, all that ass, and it's not even my birthday. I will never forget that quote as long as I live, because that's like the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. Like, you're with somebody and you're messaging this porn star who has like 2 or 3 million followers, who's never going to see this message as long as she lives. Like, that is the most pathetic, like, loser thing I've ever heard. All that ass, and it's not even my birthday. Like, what? Like, if I would have known this before, like, I hope I wouldn't have gotten in a relationship with him. Like, that to me is just like, what a freaking nerd. Like, I don't know. And then another thing, she found a message that I guess one of his exes or somebody had wrote to him saying like, oh, wow, you got with another white girl when he got with this ex. And John said, and I quote, yeah, they're the only ones that'll put up with the BS that I put them through, or something like that. And I'm just like, wow, so he knows exactly what he's doing. Or he's like, they're the only ones that are stupid enough to put up with my bullshit or something. Anyway, it's pathetic, but here we go again, right? He is 40 and doing the same stuff he's always done. So, you know what? I have no hard feeling. I really don't. I know I might sound bitter right now, but, you know, it's fresh. We just met up. We just found out all this information. And to me, none of it devastated me. None of it opened up any old wounds. To me, it just reassured that she was definitely right. This breakup was the best thing that has ever happened to me and ever will. So it just made me a lot happier with the way things went. It made me reassured that this is definitely the right thing. And I'm just like so honestly lucky to be out of that and have moved on now, which is just so great. So you know what? I'm human. I am who I am. I'm probably going to make some mistakes. I'm probably going to go through these crazy drunken party girl phases and finding myself and making bad decisions. But you know what? I can do it. It's my life and I'm actually in charge of it again. And that is such a powerful feeling. And it feels so effing good. It is so refreshing to be in charge of my own life and my own destiny. And one thing I'm working on a lot is guilt too. Again, I make these decisions. I wake up and I'm like, oh, what have I done? And I need to stop because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's human. And I'm just like, that's my freaking time I'm living in right now. I'm ready to make some mistakes. I'm ready to live it up and have some fun. So I am going to work on balance. That's my biggest goal right now. So we will get there. And once again, I'm going to work on getting some guests on here, whether it be Bumble guys or new friends that I've made, talking about all the hobbies I'm doing and having the best time. I promise y'all, I say this every time now. I've gotten so many questions and comments. I am going to do a Q&A soon. And the biggest request I've gotten is for a weight loss thing, which I will do again as well. I have a lot of new information to share with you guys, which is exciting. Once again, I am going to be doing a Go Cleanse soon, and I actually have a link I could give you guys now if you guys want to join in and do it as well. I'll have more information on that soon. If you're interested at all, just in general, you can message me. I can send you to the link to the 11-day or the 30-day, because that's what I'm going to be doing is an 11-day coming up here in either beginning or mid-July very soon. I'm going to be getting my products in soon here, so I'll do an unboxing and post that video on Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, it's an exciting time. So let's get there. Summertime is like here, midsummer. Great movie, by the way. Like actual, like, you know, hot girl summer, midsummer, hot guy summer. Let's not exclude. Is here. So, you know, the quick 11-day can do a nice reset for you, and you can get that body that you want and feel good. But you just feel good being you, because you should love yourself, because we're all amazing individuals. This is the whiskey talking now. I'm very happy and very full of love. So I'm just very grateful for my life and all the people in it. I'm grateful for you guys, and I'm just living it up right now, y'all. I am happy. And don't get me wrong, there's some crazy drama and some mistakes being made, and, you know, I have my good and bad days. I will say, just to like shoe drop, what is it, the other shoe drops? I think it was Sunday. Sunday I woke up, and that was the first time in a very long time that I woke up, and I just felt like really lonely. Like kind of like really sad for the first time in a while, because like I've been surrounding myself with people and hobbies and dancing and go and constantly be like out and about. So you wake up Sunday morning after just a whirlwind of a week and a weekend, and you wake up alone and you're just like, I'm really alone. My birds are gone. I don't have a boyfriend. I'm just alone. And mostly I love that lately, but for some reason it just hit in a sad kind of way. On Sunday, and I was kind of down like the whole day. So that's why I was like, you know what? I think it's time that I do a reset. I get a good gym session in. I get back to me and my roots a little bit. And I think that's probably going to help. I just need to get a little grounded, you know? Anyway, so there you go. This was a Sarah B show, or Sarah B therapy session, whichever you will. We have a lot of fun, exciting things coming up. I'm doing a lot more on my Facebook. I always said I was going to, and I never did for a long time, but now I'm actually doing it. So check out my Facebook and give it a follow. It's facebook.com/the Sarah B Morgan. I'll be posting a lot more videos and content there, including that Go Cleanse unboxing coming up, and product information and just everything. So anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you on the next episode of The Sarah V Show. Have a great week, y'all.